Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians tried to escape the horrors of the mists. As the armies drew ever closer, Shadow Master convinced Adam to try to work things out with Shadow Nemesis inside his head, and Dell considered a spiritual partnership with Lucretia, while Tyler and New Rogue devised a tentative scheme. Tyler would disguise himself as his doppelganger to meet with the generals and fight them instead of the entire horde. Adam would take Tyler's nose ring to look like his Dwarven double, and New Rogue would set Jack Magnum on his shoulders and pretend he had a goat head to loosely imitate Pope Wtephan. Is Dell right in thinking that these are really bad ideas and the troupe will soon be saying their last words? I hope so.
Our four heroes were the sketch troupe Wet Change and their stage manager Del Borovic. They were performing sketch comedy at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival when they were sucked through the mist into the spooky land of Ravenloft. It turns out they've been accidentally summoned by the god Ezra, who was trying to summon heroes who feared nothing and everybody wanted to be, and ended up with sketch comedians being watched by other sketch comedians. You know, that's kind of what happens sometimes. So they ended up in Ravenloft and discovered they needed to become the Dark Lord of the realm that they were in, and then progress to other realms and become the Dark Lords of those realms. In the first realm, our heroes, Adam McNamara was named the Chosen One, and our heroes banded together. They embraced new powers and the consequences of those new powers and trained in D&D classes, so they became something more than level 0.5 comedians as they started their quest. We have Tyler Hewitt, who has become a blade singer, a wizard who kicks ass. He also is now green, has horns, has luscious beard and wind-blown black hair. He's got a pinky he can remove and just do magic stuff with when he needs to. There is Del Borovic, who has been trained as a visual bard, so she uses all the power of the things she can draw, and that is a lot because of a combination of magical pigments she received later, and the Reality Blade, a stylus that lets her carve her magic into the very fabric of reality. But using that tool means she now communicates with ghosts, is constantly haunted by ghosts. Her hair ripples in the wind as though there was a wind always blowing on her, and she's got those spooky reflective eyes of dogs or cats you can see at night. Other than that, totally fine, no notes. There's Guy Bradford, who's dead. Guy never actually survived being a comedian, but he was brought back from the dead as New Rogue, who has none of Guy's memories except for the occasional pop culture reference that pops up from chat. But he has spectral ghost limbs. So from the elbow to the hand and from the knees to the feet, he has spectral, mist-wreathed death hands. They float around and kill anything he touches except his favorite pet goat. He, during his brief days as New Rogue, where he renamed himself, became a cleric of the god Ezra, god of the mists, determined to protect his concept of Ezra and his friends and do the right thing. Last but not least, there's Adam McNamara, who suffered a series of breakdowns after declaring himself RoboCop, being possessed by a symbiote that turned him into Venom, taking over the mantle of the Black Knight, a villain he defeated, and again, Venom. Then he named himself Shadow, ate several innocent people, and killed the mayor of town, sacrificing him as a human shield. Then he adopted several people who were left lying, saying he didn't kill their parents, and raising them to power. Then he became the Chosen One, and, he defeated the Dark Lord and ruled the realm. Unfortunately, that was when our heroes discovered that taking over and becoming the Dark Lord of a realm in Ravenloft means that it becomes an emotional torture that preys on all your wants and needs, leaving you insecure and emotionally uncomfortable and stressed out and miserable forever. And that was when, Shadow Nemesis, his final identity, decided he would like to go to the next realm, please. So they all did. Having achieved the first apotheosis to Dark Lord, our heroes traveled through the mists with the help of Ezra to a new realm. Along the way, they brought two friends. Rumple Foreskin, named by chat. None of us were aware this character was going to be important. The Bone Horse, who breathes fire. Originally the Black Knight's mount, now determined to find the other bone horses of Baleen somewhere in Ravenloft. A mist-walking bone horse has joined our party and was pulling their carriage into the new realm, having become especially close to Del, but close to the rest except for Shadow Nemesis. Then there is the Doctor Deputy. Of all the squires of the Black Knight, they had turned on Shadow Nemesis, but the Doctor Deputy had died, being ordered to continue fighting inside a cauldron of boiling blood before succumbing. And Ezra brought the Doctor Deputy back. So everybody's favorite squire appeared in the second realm with none of the hatred of Shadow Nemesis that was cursed upon the Doctor Deputy. So our heroes set out, determined to identify and defeat a new Dark Lord, and along the way, they've had a hell of a time. They all switched bodies with dolls before managing to make their way back, except for Dr. Deputy, because Shadow Nemesis killed Dr. Deputy's actual body and then blamed it on Ezra. Our heroes met Acer Sanguine, a bewinged magic-wielding, violent, evil, vicious demon lord who lives in a floating castle over the central lake of this realm and who was horrified to see that new heroes had entered Acer's realm. Acer created doppelgangers of each of our heroes, distributing them throughout this realm via lightning, to guarantee that our heroes would have a tainted version of themselves in advance. They could not be heroes. They could not save anyone. And Acer determined that New Rogue must be the hero of this band, the chosen one, because New Rogue is just a small town cleric trying to find his way, who's not really looking to do anything other than the right thing. A classic Act 1 hero's journey trope. Making their way forwards, our heroes met Denton Arthur, an elderly artificer who lives inside Protection Town, a village that is maintained and protected by an army of robots built by Denton Arthur, tragically built too late to be able to save the other inhabitants of the village, leaving Denton Arthur a sad figure, still trying to do the right thing where he can and communicating with the few heroes left inside this realm via a network of supernatural magical tubes that can be summoned to send messages back and forth. He sent our heroes forwards with more information, a map of the realm, and they made their way towards the Rootless Evergreen was their ultimate goal, to help the village that was there and defeat the evil version of Tyler, Streamlabbing Tyler, also named by chat. Along the way, our heroes spent a night in the unnamed graveyard. They celebrated Thanksgiving. They defeated stone gargoyles. They turned on each other constantly. People pooped themselves. People threatened to kill the rest of the party. Many puns were made before they ended up near the Rootless Evergreen. They met the Werefolk, an entire village of werebears, boars, wolves, tigers, etc. Rats, I think is the last kind, but all the wares. They discovered that this village was starving, forced to live on the barren hills where there is no shrubbery and the only animals are underground. They'd been forced off of the Rootless Evergreen, a mile-tall tree with a mile diameter. It's about 10 stories tall with a massive foliage that floats off the ground. It can only be seen if you are not touching the ground yourself. Where originally they had been fishing for groundworms. Our party had, again, turned on each other. Shadow Nemesis had been slapped with a bracelet that forced him to tell the truth by chat, and that was hilarious, only to discover that he needed to put Adam back in the driver's seat. We thought Adam had been lost, but it turned out they were both in there, and they have been battling for supremacy and trading back and forth, either being blackmailed by their friends or scared amongst themselves and not really able to stay in control. Our heroes befriended the Werefolk, engaged in an invasion of the Rootless Evergreen. Along the way, Dell stole Shadow Nemesis's bag, along with the needle that allowed the Dr. Deputy to switch bodies. After successfully defeating Streamlabbing Tyler, getting Adam back into his own body, our heroes were forced to deal with a plan. The Acer Sanguine's army was closing in. All of the other people, doppelgangers, had achieved their evil goals because our heroes got so distracted the time dilated around them. So they spent a lot of episodes doing things that weren't the plot. The army is closing in. In the last 2 episodes, 2 big things had occurred. Dell had destroyed the bag and all of the magical artifacts kept in it to keep them out of the hands of Shadow Nemesis. But Adam was devastated to find out that this happened, as he did not want to be lumped in with this evil personality that came out sometimes. He went up to the top of the tree and was confronted by Shadow Master, his symbiote, who brought him to the conference room where he had to face the fact that much of his personal history was a lie, and he's been creating alternate personalities for a while, including Crispy Chris, a nightmare person. Shadow Master forced those personalities to tell Adam the things they liked about Adam, Adam the things he liked about them. Adam didn't like Crispy Chris, so Shadow Master ate Crispy Chris, and now is about to impart wisdom upon both Shadow Nemesis and Adam inside Adam's head. Meanwhile, at the base of the tree, his other 3 friends have tried to come up with a series of plans, including Dell going back to the succubus Lucretia, who has approached the whole party. Lucretia had given everybody else something they wanted in exchange for having a child with her, had tried that approach with Dell, who had refused, and now Dell was trying to find a way to either make someone else a Dark Lord or guarantee they only fought Acer Sanguine, which sadly Lucretia could not deliver, though she did explain that if they were to have a torrid affair, Lucretia could stick around forever and escape Ravenloft, also the group's ultimate goal. Going back, they decided the best plan was Tyler could impersonate Streamlabbing Tyler. Adam could be turned into a dwarf version of Adam using a nose ring of dwarven kind that Tyler has as a magical item. And New Rogue was determined that he could impersonate Pope Wtephan, an evil half-bull corrupt monster, the evil doppelganger of himself, by putting Jack Magnum, his magical goat he can touch without hurting it, in the top of his outfit as though Jack Magnum was his head, and then the rest of him would just be New Rogue, and then he could be Pope Wtephan because they both have spectral limbs. Dell's pretty sure everyone's going to die. No one has rested after defeating evil Tyler. That's the plan. That's where they're at. They're still separated. Ta-da! All righty. It's time for us to return to Ravenloft. Adam, you were sitting at the conference table from the business card scene of American Psycho. You're in your filthy tuxedo, while across from you, the Shadow Nemesis is sitting in all black, in a just maxed out, fitted, muscle-bound suit. And Shadow Master is sitting between the two of you as negotiator and says,
"All right, so you've all said nice things to each other, but now it's time for me to impart the wisdom you asked for. Here's the thing. Both of you are jealous of the other, which means you need to figure out how to work together instead of seeing yourself as separate people who hate each other. Adam, you want Shadow Nemesis's ability to create strategy, to be bold, to talk to women, to do all the things you feel you can't do. Shadow Nemesis, you need friends to remain your allies for more than about an hour. Otherwise, they betray you and ruin those same plans.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
How can the two of you work together? If you have to trade off due to this fractured psyche we all have, that's fine. But how can you trade off to be effective? Otherwise, your friends blackmail you and undercut both of you.
All right. Shadow Nemesis, I'm open to suggestions. I'm also open to suggestions that could be floored on the table. Okay. Let's think this out. Okay. All right. Here's what I think. I don't like being in this nightmare realm. You, Shadow Nemesis, like being in this nightmare realm. But you're very evil and are selfish and want to basically screw everybody over for your personal gains. What if I gave you a piece of myself, the best qualities of me? I could give you my heart, and you can go out and you can redeem yourself and you can actually help people instead of just taking. What do you mean by help people? Like maybe help them achieve my goals? No. Help them survive. Help your friends. Help my friends. They're our friends. It's the same mind. But I would go out.
You were trying to express this idea to Shadow Nemesis. It's a big push, but it could help him achieve his goals. You feel like you might be making headway, and that's when the mist swirls up around you in your mind. Can you roll me a d6?
Oh, the mists are in my head. All right. 6.
Shadow Nemesis. You realize you may need to help people, but he didn't say who. It could be your friends. It could be people in general. You're not sure of the stakes, but this is the way that you can keep people on your goals. You don't have to have perfect morality, but maybe having some is the way to keep your allies your allies.
Yes, I see what you mean. I can better the group by fighting for friendship. Is that what you mean? Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't have to be evil all the time. You can just, you can be like evil, but be evil to evil people. Oh, I see what you mean. All right. Okay, I'll do it. Give me, I don't know how you want to give me your heart. You want to kind of open the chest there and then kind of dig in, or?
Yeah, is this more metaphysical or is this a literal thing? It's inside your head, so it's kind of whatever speaks to you the most.
Oh, right. Well, I don't want him to kill me. I think this is just kind of like, ooh, okay, I know what we could do. We could, we're all in my head. In the Transformers movie, when the original animated one, when Optimus Prime, he's dying, except in this case, I'm not dying, but he gives the matrix of leadership to Ultra Magnus. But in this case, because Ultra Magnus wasn't the chosen one, and it was actually Hot Rod, who becomes Rodimus Prime, why don't you be Rodimus Prime, Shadow Nemesis, and I can give you my matrix of love.
Or we could call it the heart of friendship if you want to be consistent with the thing you said before instead of changing every word.
Oh, yeah, the heart of friendship. And then like my suit turns into Optimus Prime's chest, and it kind of like does that window open thing, and like in the movie, like this like kind of like music kind of plays, and it's like, and it kind of like floats out of my chest, and like, and
the mist swirls up around his helmet. Adam, can you roll me a d6?
Oh no! My goodness! All right. Your brain implodes, and that's it. 2.
Continue describing as you hand things over to Shadow Nemesis. What happens is the heart of friendship passes over to him.
Well, then the song keeps going like, oh, and his chest opens up, and he kind of grabs it, and he puts it into his Optimus Prime plate, and then it like kind of like closes his chest.
Well, I think that went pretty well. This is totally oh my god!
And Shadow Master looks over and sees Adam, your chest open, slumping down and dying at this conference table because you removed your heart and gave it away.
Shadow Nemesis, what do we do? This isn't my thing. I didn't do this.
Okay. Well, wait, so what happens if you die in your mind? Is it like is Crispy Chris like really dead, or is this technically
I ate Crispy Chris. He's still actually in storage. I was just going to dump him back in the Whitby Mental Hospital. I didn't do this. I don't know how someone dies in here.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we're in the theater of the mind. Why don't we just create a hospital and then put another heart in his chest?
Okay, just a second.
And Shadow Master makes an exertion sound, and the whole world warps around you, and you end up in exactly the hospital room Shadow Nemesis was thinking of. What does Shadow Nemesis's ideal hospital room look like?
Well, I assume it has to be like horrific in some way. It's the table in Alien where the alien first bursts out of the chest. So it's just the common area there, and we just throw him on the table.
Okay, you are in the common room from Alien, and Adam's body is thrown on the table. Shadow Master's like, okay, where's we don't have a heart. I can't make a heart. This is coming from all of you.
Quick, think of the android from Alien, and then we could use his heart.
Yeah, that'll work. Just look over there for a second. You just hear,
and you look, and Crispy Chris, with no lips and no eyes, is vomited out onto the next table over.
He's like, that looks like an android, right?
Hey, wait a minute. I know what Crispy Chris looks like. Hi, guys. What a great trip that was.
Shadow Master's going to lean down and put a hand over Crispy Chris's mouth. It's like,
this is the only heart we have available on this short notice. Do you want to put Crispy Chris's heart into Adam?
Oh, I don't think we really have a choice.
All right, let's do this.
And Shadow Master punches a bladed goo fist into Crispy Chris's chest and carves it open. What is Crispy Doughboy? What does Crispy Chris's chest heart look like, Adam?
It looks like it's like a melted clown face that has various insects kind of crawling in and out of the nose and ears and eyes and everything, and it's just screaming, being like, hi, like that.
The heart's doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Shadow Master looks and goes,
well, this is what we have. Cool.
Get it in. Shadow Nemesis.
He hands it to me? Oh God.
Yeah.
I like,
You gotta put it in. I'm not getting blamed for this.
Okay, I dunk it in. I just like two-hand, like It's like boom, like dunk it into the chest.
You dunk it in, and the chest closes over it and seals shut. And Adam, you wake up with a gasp back to consciousness.
Oh!
But something's different inside you, Adam. So here's the thing I have to ask you as a player. We know that the center of Adam is friendship. What's at the heart of Crispy Chris?
What's happening? I did this to myself. What's at the center of Crispy Chris? It is just the chaos of the universe. It is goodness happens, badness happens, just because it happens. There's no rhyme or reason. It is just a black hole of logic and reason. And
use D&D terms, Adam, your core personality, your alignment has shifted from chaotic good to chaotic neutral.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not necessarily evil, but not necessarily good either.
Oh,
so what do you say to your companions, Adam?
Oh, cool. Is this the alien place? This is pretty fun. Like that. You guys want to like get something to eat or something?
We're actually gonna have to take Shadow Nemesis back out and then join with your friends to save the rootless evergreen. You said you'd like to go someplace nice. Does that
sure.
seem like the abandoned Whitby Mental Hospital, or is there somewhere else you'd rather go in particular?
Oh, yeah. No, I'd like to. Why don't you send me to a New Year's Eve party that I wish that I went to about 17 years ago.
Great, yeah. I can send you there. I can send you there, no problem.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I'm neutral.
Chaotic, amicable.
Yeah.
Oh, away you go.
All right. Well, don't kill anybody. Whoa.
You resonate through reality and find yourself at this party. And it seems like a good time. It's the party you wanted to go to. You're entertained. Everybody else is there. The only thing that's vaguely unsettling is whenever you see your reflection in anything, it's really weird because you don't have eyelids. And Shadow Nemesis, you, now with the heart of friendship at your core, are blasted back to reality, taking control of your body, and find yourself sitting on a branch at the top of the rootless evergreen.
Wow, that was pretty fucked up, Shadow Master. Whoa, boy.
Yeah, that got weird right at the end.
That got really weird. Yeah, I didn't know what to think of that Crispy Chris thing. That was absolutely terrible. I'm very concerned with who Adam is as a person, and even more so now that he is now, I guess, combined with Crispy
Chris. Yeah, his heart is a screaming clown that won't stop laughing, full of bugs that are eating away at its soul. Yeah, that's dark.
Yeah, tell you what, why don't we just never let him out, and no matter what anybody says, because I think that's just best.
I'll tell you right now, I have no interest in him coming back out.
Yeah, no. As far as I'm concerned, he's just he's dead to the world. That's fine. That's fine. It'll just be me. Yeah,
we can make friends now. We're gonna be great.
Oh yeah, and the bonus is we can still be evil because we're evil for friendship's sake.
But whatever we do, as long as it's for us and our friends, I'm sure. I don't care.
Exactly. Ooh,
I have the same moral flaws as you.
Yes. Let's go tell Dr. Deputy. Oh, he's going to be so happy that
he's gone. But let's go tell the others because the army's almost here.
Wait, what?
We got about 5.
And I guess I run down the tree.
And you run down the tree to find your friends where their conversation had ended at the end of the previous episode. Del is asking Tyler if he's ever thought about what his last words before they die will be. And New Rogue has Jack Magnum tucked into the top of his outfit like it's his head.
All right. So I run up and I go, good news, everyone. It's me, Shadow Nemesis, and I understand the power of friendship.
And
Hey,
swirl up around you, Shadow Nemesis, and you receive a point of inspiration.
Hey! Oh, wow.
And the mists hide you from your friends for a brief moment. And as they pull away, you find yourself wearing a new helmet. The helmet of personality, you realize. This helmet will change shape to represent whichever of your personalities is in control. Previously, I would have said that Shadow Nemesis's helmet would immediately become the Black Knight's helm and give you your red glowing eyes, but you now have the heart of friendship at the center of you. What is the perfect representation of Shadow Nemesis as a being in terms of a helmet? Because you are now wearing it.
Jesus. Man, I should have thought ahead before I just started throwing all this crazy stuff out. What does my helmet look like? It is. It kind of has wings on the side, a la Thor, and but the helmet proper is like a real cool kind of like spooky looking dragon kind of face. And it kind of goes down, it goes lower than my former mask, so it kind of hides the eyes a little bit, kind of like how Magneto looks, because I just really like a Magneto helmet. And yeah, so my eyes are in shadow, but my eyes are blue because it's friendship. And so the dragon is black and kind of like this matte black, and the wings are gold and really shiny.
And this has an impact on the rest of you as this helmet is revealed as the mist pulls away. Del, you find yourself feeling hopeful. Blue Eyes is new, and he still has the bracelet on, so he can't lie if this kind of change is made. You don't know what it means, but it feels positive. And you find yourself gaining a point of inspiration.
Ooh.
Okay.
Tyler, you're not sure what this means. But Shadow Nemesis is generally bad, but a new helmet is a question mark. New Rogue. The mist swirls up around you as you see that Shadow Nemesis has returned, and you see this new helmet. And it sends a chill down your spine and gives you a point of perspiration.
I guess it's because I'm like looking just through a crack of like Jack Magnum's like leg or something, just poking through the cloak.
Lift his leg up.
I just see a glint.
And at the same time, the mist gives you a pop culture reference that perfectly explains this moment, which will be explained right after this break.
Oh boy.
What pop culture reference helps contextualize this for you, New Rogue?
So I'm scared. I'm seeing it again through a little opening in my cloak, kind of behind Jack Magnum's leg, like little thigh. And I guess it's freaking me out a bit, and I just can't help but think of that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark with the clown Zebo the clown, where the kid goes into like a haunted amusement park haunted house, and it's just like there's this clown with glowing eyes and a cigar always going, and it's just the eyes really get me, even though these aren't like orange eyes. It's still like a menacing look. And you know, there's no more fun in the park than when you're laughing in the dark.
Ooh.
And you think that. But the party is reunited. It is time to make the plan. You guys were already planning when Shadow Nemesis returns, but it is Shadow Nemesis and not Adam, despite these changes. What do you say?
Well, welcome back, I guess. Where'd happen to Adam?
Oh boy, buckle up. So Adam
we
ran.
actually don't have time. I'm sorry. I thought it would be a quick answer. I'm sorry.
No, it's quite.
If we survive, you will have to tell me what happened to Adam.
Oh, all right.
Are you here to help?
Absolutely. I'm here to help my friends and do whatever it takes,
And
because
we're-
I have the
Yeah,
heart of
that's
Adam.
us.
Oh, what then? What? Yes.
We're your friends?
We're your friends.
Of course. You are my friends. As I have before and will continue to do so now, I shall fight for you and protect you. Everything I do shall be with you in mind.
Okay. Hark! That warms my heart, fellow evildoer, for I, Pope Wtephan, shall lead us into glory and will need an evil minion such as you. Just kidding. It's me, New Rogue.
Is this the plan?
Sort of. I'm going to pose as Streamlabing Tyler. I was trying to figure out how to hide you three. Does anyone know how I could transport you, carry you? I've got a bag of holding that I don't think you guys would fit into through the entrance of. That's
right now, just to contextualize from previous planning, the thing that you have 10 minutes in a portable hole or 10 minutes in a bag of holding.
Yeah,
Tyler, you had pitched the idea at one point of using your nose ring of dwarven kind to turn Adam into a dwarf because he does look vaguely similar to the dwarven Adam portions of the army that are approaching. Right. You didn't have a solve for Dell, and New Rogue pitched himself as Pope Wtephan with Jack Magnum on his head.
Putting a goat on his head. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So my bag of holding, I was thinking if one of you could fit in there, like kind of up to your neck, and I just cinch it around there so you can breathe, and then you just look like I'm carrying your severed head around. That's maybe something. But I'm really grasping at straws here. How do I move you guys around? I want to pretend to be Streamlab and Tyler and call a meeting with the other generals, and then we can all spring out and attack them. Because if it's like with Streamlab and Tyler, you cut off the head of the snake and the body dies. These armies, I'm hoping, will either melt literally or melt away metaphorically and just kind of disperse. That's what I got.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be posing as a bad guy and you're thinking severed head already, can't you just be like, I captured the rest of the good people?
I can't guarantee your safety if you're just tied up as my captives. I can do my best, but yeah, that's an option.
Could not Dell just paint fake rope on us and make us seem like we are captured so that we could easily escape and fight?
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean,
Also, hey, just throwing this out there because we're a team and work together. What if we invited all the generals into the tree, locked them in, and just burnt the tree down, and then they'd all die, and then the army would just go away?
This is the Werefolk's home. They are also in this tree right now.
But my heart has thought ahead. We can then shift them all to Protection Town, which is empty, and they can have a new home there.
Okay.
That's not a bad
Maybe
idea.
burning the tree down is like a good backup plan.
Yeah.
So we've got pretend to be hostages, burn down the tree.
Yeah.
New Rogue, you are you married to?
Well, is this not working?
Jack Magnum on your head?
And then I take him off. You
Pope
guys,
Wtephan, I think, has a donkey head.
he has a donkey, but
Yeah.
it's a goat. Okay,
It's
fine.
that's not working. I saw you a mile away.
Okay, fine.
Also,
I'm
how will
sorry.
you see if it's
Okay, these are good points. Fine.
I mean, if anything, New Rogue, we're circling back to your idea of like setting the tree on fire.
yeah, this was that's an original New Rogue idea. Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, burn.
What's that? What? You really want to go ahead with this plan and sit atop my head? You think we can coordinate and do this? Oh, so you don't want to be on my head, but you still want to be part of the battle? You're the bravest little guy I know. Very well. If you have confidence in this battle at hand, then I have confidence. You know what? We do have last time we mentioned there is a werefolk among us, among the tribe that is a donkey.
No. I think boar was the closest we could get to donkey. And just throw it out there as maybe that's an option where you could become a were person. It's a little bit Pope Wtephan adjacent. Maybe the other armies would buy it. I doubt Pope Wtephan's own soldiers would buy it, but it's something. But I know it's a big commitment. It's becoming a were person.
You know what? You don't need to look the part if you have the confidence. And I just wrap the cloak right over my head so it drapes over and you can hardly see anything. You can't really see my visage, but
Okay.
I do flare out my hands, so those are very prominent. And I just lean down and I look at Jack Magnum at my feet and I'm like, I am Pope Wtephan, and I will see that the troops do us no harm.
Is that what he sounds like? Do we know what this guy sounds like?
I don't think he ever spoke. No.
Nah.
Okay, look, I mean, I don't want to like boss people around, but I think there's a whole army coming here. Why don't we just get them all in the tree and just burn the tree down and trap them in there? I just think that's the simplest plan, and it's the one that involves the less fighting.
Rumple Foreskin, do you have any thoughts about this or any ideas?
I mean, not really. Like, I don't really know what we should be doing collectively. It seems like there's kind of like the trap everybody up here and kill them all, or impersonation to try to get everybody in a tent out there and then kill them. It seems like we got a good fake Tyler, logically. Let me roll a d20 to see how clever Rumple Foreskin's being in this moment. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I'm not sure how we would get them up here and past the werefolk into the trunk, because we don't really have anywhere to store the werefolk. So trying to get them to some kind of meeting seems smart. This, New Rook, I love you so much, but dressing up as Pope Wtephan is one of the stupidest fucking things I've heard in so long, because the Pope Wtephan's out there. Like, you're impersonating someone who's also present. Pope Wtephan's coming with the army. Like, yeah, for Tyler pretending to be Streamlabbing Tyler makes sense because that's gone.
Oh,
But theoretically, if they're all marching, Pope Wtephan is probably leading his army of the fire newts or whatever. So,
but they might think that I'm the real Wtephan and that he's the fake. Okay, hold on.
That
I pull
is
up the
more
right
like-
double
yeah,
checking.
Like,
Okay,
you think
okay.
okay. I was gonna say, can you roll me an insight as I roll a persuasion for Rumple Foreskin?
I'll use my perspiration for this.
And make it worse?
Yep, he can roll at disadvantage voluntarily.
Spicy.
All right.
All right. And this is insight.
Yep.
All right. 13.
You are sure that you can just win this. You are certain that your plan will work.
Friends, we don't have much time. It's a wing and a prayer. And I have the prayers. I'm going to do this. I will be the one that will take any of the blowback. Tyler, you still come because you can back me up, because you are Streamlabbing Tyler. Therefore, you can claim that I am the real Pope Wtephan. He is the usurper. There are many, many wannabes out there, as we've come to know. We got to do this. You guys hold the line here. Make sure the werefolk are ready to throw whatever they want, if we bring them in close enough, if we get them in the tent, and we just, waffle stomp these guys.
Is this what I'm like when I'm being difficult? Is this what I'm
Yes.
feeling right now?
You're worse.
Oh my
Worse.
God.
Worse than this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, I've got this rope. I'm going to bind your hands, Shadow Nemesis, and your hands, and here. I reach into my bag of holding and I grab the dwarf ring very tightly, like in my fist, and I say, "Open your hand, like you've got your hands bound together. Open one of them, Shadow Nemesis."
Okay.
Okay, and I press into his hand the dwarf ring, and I say, "You feel that? You feel it in the palm of your hand? That ring?"
I don't have very, very good experience with rings. What is this?
This is a nose ring. It's going to fly out of your hand and into your face, and it's going to change your bodily proportions from a man to a dwarf, meaning that these ropes will no longer be tight around your wrists. They will be slack, and you will be able to be freed from your bindings, and then you can fight.
Why don't you give it to Dr. Deputy instead? Hey,
not
Dr.
here.
Deputy? Wait, what? Where's Dr. Deputy?
We don't know.
You don't know? What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't.
Okay, can I call out to Dr. Deputy? Maybe he's nearby.
I'm going to take this ring back until we settle this.
Of course
Put it
you
back
can.
in the
You can
bag.
do whatever you need to do, Shadow Nemesis.
Okay, okay, go.
Untie your hands.
Okay, sorry. I do. What? Why? Where? Look, we got to have everybody together so they can do the plan.
I literally don't know.
Big talking. Dr. Deputy, it is I, Shadow Nemesis, your master. Come to me.
We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
Ooh.
Shadow Nemesis, you hear nothing in return.
Oh no, what happened to him? Maybe he was captured. Okay, hold on. We got to settle on a plan, okay? We got to settle on a plan, and we got to go find Dr. Deputy.
Tell you what, let's not burn the tree down because he could be here. So let's not burn it down while he's maybe on it. Maybe we try one of the other plans. Can we narrow this down? We have, I cannot stress how little time we have.
You all hear the war drums in the distance that are looming so close. And when you look out, you can't even see the front rank of the armies closing in on the tree now. You are seeing the horde is almost at the gates.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Tyler, you're streamlabbing Tyler. Del, you hide all the werewolf folk behind a wall that you paint that makes it look like the background. New Rogue, you dress up like the goat and try to confuse them by running into the tree that we won't light on fire. I will also be in the tree on the ceiling, and then when all the generals come in, we just attack them at once.
Okay, I will try to invite the generals into the tree without their armies.
Yes, for a parley.
With who?
Oh, I thought that meant meeting.
I guess so. Okay, yeah.
Or just a meeting.
Merith Glimplimmer looms out of the darkness next to you and says, all right, so what's the plan? They're at the edges. If we're going to defend this place, the time to do it's now. Chosen one. What do we do?
Streamlabbing Tyler, a.k.a. Tyler, is going to be going out to cast a fake negotiation with the other doppelgangers. We're going to have you hide up top, but I'm yourself. We'll give you a signal at a certain point for which we want everyone to just attack the generals when we bring them in close. Dell's going to use some of her magic to cast... What is it, Dell? I got confused by what Shadow Nemesis was saying. What?
He wants me to make some stuff for them to hide behind. So I guess we'll just be hiding on the top.
Like a backdrop.
Be hiding.
Sure.
Yes. And I will be just helping out. So, all right. This is a good plan. Let's do it. Tyler, I'm still coming with you because, God damn it, I know it's not the greatest plan, but baby, I'll be your prisoner. I'll be a prisoner to seal the deal, to make it look real.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
This is a bit awkward. I can understand the plan, and I'll get everybody motivated, but they're all kind of hiding in the shadows, wanting to listen because they heard that you did a great speech last time, Chosen One, and a bunch of the the kids weren't there, and people really need the spiritually inspiration. So could you just give a speech before this battle begins, something to rile everybody up? They know you're the chosen one. They know everyone survived the impossible battle under your leadership. They just need a general right now. They need their hero.
Really,
You got this, buddy.
Really running
Use thumb
tight on time right now. Okay.
And the mists swirl up around you, New Rogue, and give you a pop culture reference that inspires the first part of your speech.
So I cast thaumaturgy, and all I hear is the dissonant notes of a new metal song. Down, 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 down. It starts with one thing. We don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't even matter how hard we try. Keep that in mind. In time, you'll find something. That's all I know.
And the mists swirl up around you again, giving you another pop culture reference to help you drive the next part of your speech.
Really, I know that right now we have this urge to defend the tree, because this urge to defend us is crawling in our skin. These wounds, they cannot heal. But with us at your side, know that the wounds will heal. and we are stronger together. We will hold the line. We will not be numb.
The mists swirl up around you again, giving you another pop culture reference to inspire a new portion of your speech.
Oh, man, I'm running out of Lincoln Park. And remember, friends, we don't just do this for ourselves or even Ravenloft. We're doing this for the Nookie. Oh, the Nookie. Oh, the Nookie. Oh, so they can't get that cookie. Now let's stick it up there. Yeah!
And the mists swirl up around you, new rogue, at the end of the climactic speech, giving you a point of inspiration.
Yay!
But they keep swirling around you as you realize the number of werewolf eyes staring at you at the end of this speech. Can you roll me a d6?
It's a 3.
And that's when Marith Glimplimmer turns and starts barking out orders to the rest of the werefolk, relaying the plan as she understands it after that speech. She says, all right, we got to get everybody together. So Dad's going to paint a huge wall, and all the women and children and the men and any the people in between who can't find a place safely, they got to go hide. So everybody do that. So it doesn't matter who you are. You don't need to be fearful about this. Jim Jams, Ratrick Star, Stephen Regal. I know y'all love to fight, but you got to get behind this giant wall. Realistically, with the number of us to be able to stay away from this, she's going to have to paint it nearly the whole way across the tree to be able to hide everybody safely. And then Ballerino, the ballerino, you're going to have to make sure the children are entertained. So let's put on a show for them. It's behind a wall, so it's got to be quiet, but we know you're a real dancer, so that's what matters. And then Squish Mixrat, you take your orders from Bob Gilsby and get behind a wall. Everybody's going behind this wall. You can charge over when you get the signal. Darrell's Chickens and Dixie Normus, you're going to lead the combat troops in and up the tree. Go up the tree and be ready to come out when that's needed. And then Buddha Acrix, I'm going to need you to just, I think they're going to try to do a peace talk or something. So, I don't know, just like take a knee. I heard something about prisoners. Yeah, you know what? We're going to need more prisoners. So, Chuck Thrusting, you're going to be picking out 10 people to be captives. That's pretty good. So disarm everybody. And then I feel like we're doing pretty good. Does anybody have any questions? No, I see, Wiener. I'm not answering any of your questions. We got this. People go over there. She's going to paint a fuck ton of walls or something. And then everybody else up in the tree, and you're going to have a bunch of people to be hostages to help you have your weird talk, I guess. I don't understand, but whatever. Break. And she moves out.
Del, can you do that?
I'll try.
Del, this is the point where you realize the werefolk are enacting this plan no matter what.
Yep.
But if you draw this wall, as they are counting on, you are going to be out of magical pigments. This wall will take everything. What do you do?
Oh, no.
You see the children over there, Ballerino, the ballerino, dancing for them already. They're silent, but it's clear that they will not be able to keep it together behind this wall without something blocking the view.
I'm going to use all but a tiny sliver of it, so there will be a section of this wall that will be a little holy. There'll be a little part on the end where it's going to be a little kind of tree shaped or whatever. So I'm going to do, I would say, like, 20% of this will be bad.
You're not going to try on like 20%.
So, Del, we are talking about a tree that is a mile across.
Yes.
What quarter mile are you not doing?
I think it's if you walk in from the bottom and you walk up, I'm gonna make it good for the beginning part of the walk-in. And so near the
when
end.
When you say if people come up from the bottom, to be clear, the holes have been removed. The mist provided, and there is no way up onto the tree from directly below. They can climb onto the tree from the exterior edge of the roots, the kind of giant circle spreading around the branches. Once they are up, they are there. You can see the children and Ballerino and all the other people hiding, but they are spread across the full diameter of this on the other side of the tree from where the army is coming. It is essentially level towards there, which is why you need such a large wall.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I'm imagining it would be a whole wall all the way across the diameter, except randomly in places it's like Swiss cheese, where there's just holes randomly missing and cut out from the full wall. So it's a Swiss cheesy sort of wall.
Del, you are trying to do that, but it is a lot of ground to cover in a very tricky amount of time. And the mists swirl up around you. Can you roll me a d6?
It's a 6. Oh my God.
You draw your Swiss cheesy wall. You manage to draw exactly what you were intending. You retain the paint that's there. It's no better than you expected, but this could have gone much, much worse. So you have achieved the Swiss cheese wall. What does it look like?
It looks like a giant fake backdrop for a movie set, with the big flat with the little corners propping it up, but the paint of the sky and the trees and all of that looks very highly realistic. So it's like a matte painting.
Okay. The wall is in place and you rejoin your friends. Is there anything else you are all doing in preparation? All of the 98 werefolk combatants that you have dealt with previously have headed up the tree. They're all inside the trunk of the rootless evergreen, with the non-combatants hidden behind the sky-blended wall with holes in it.
I would like a runner to go and fetch me Streamlab and Tyler's glaive to complete the look for myself.
Yep, you have time to do that. So you've got the glaive.
Okay. And I need to check I've got one extra charge of Disguise Self to complete the Streamlabbing Tyler barbed beard, look. And I want to see how long I can do that for. Please talk amongst yourself.
Great. Sorry. Great. Sorry. I was waiting. I'm like,
Tyler's getting the beard and preparing. So what are you doing, New Rogue?
Right.
And what are you doing, Shadow Nemesis? Del has 0 time to prepare. Del is building a giant wall.
From my understanding with Jack Magnum, he wants to join the battle. And I feel like there's no good place where I could hide him because it's do or die. So he's going to be coming with me, but I'm going to give him a token. I'm going to point out
there are 10 rat folk led by Bob Gilsby, the most competent were-rat. They are all on their knees, having loosely tied their hands to be fake kidnapped kind of captives after the battle. So they are out here posing with all of you.
Oh.
So you could leave Jack Magnum as one of the other captives were that so desired.
That's good then. Okay, then yes. That's good then. Okay, yes. I was going to bring him out as a captive with me, but then it's like, I don't want to get hurt. Yes, okay. Please, Mr. Bob Gilsby.
Yes, I'm Bob Gilsby, leader of the Rat Folk, due to my excellent work on the battlefield.
I'm just going to step away with you just for a second, just out of earshot of Jack Magnum for just a second. I'll be right back, buddy.
It feels like we're short on time, but let's do this real quick, I guess.
No problem. Jack Magnum really wants to come into battle with me, but I don't think it's probably the best time. So if you could please
Jack
look.
Magnum?
He's my goat son. Right over there. Yes.
You gave birth to a goat?
No, but For all intents and purposes, he is my progeny. I would like you to look after him. Please let him blend in as another one of the prisoners and see that no harm comes to him.
Yeah, he can get fake tied up with the rest of us. We can make that work, no problem.
Okay, great. Oh, and Bob Gilsby, please.
Yes, I'm Bob Gilsby. Thank you for using my name.
Bob Gilsby, please guard him with your life.
I'll do whatever you need, chosen one. You're doing great.
Okay, thank you very much. And then I step like a step back. I'm like, okay, buddy, you're going with them. I know you're not on the battle lines, but don't worry. They might have a secret mission for you inside here. Okay, so you're still a very important cog in this machine. That's right. The clock can't tick without a little arm, and you're the cutest little arm there is, buddy.
And Bob Gilsby takes Jack Magnum and gets him fake tied up with the rest of the werefolk who are here as captives on their knees next to all of you. And you feel the mist swirl up around you, new rogue, and give you another point of inspiration. All right, take care of your goatly friend. Shadow Nemesis, what are your preparations?
I'm walking around.
Last few brief moments.
Right. I'm walking around kind of like, I'm like, I go next to Dell. She's painting. I'm just like, good job. Good. Yeah. Filling in the top there. That's good. And then seeing people get tied up. I'm like, yep, that's right. It's not too tight now. And then I see the goat and I'm just like, that's right. There's that goat. But the whole time as I'm like walking around, I'm just like in between when I'm talking, I'm just like, Dr. Deputy. And then I'll kind of like go behind a root and I'll just be like, yeah, well, just stretching for battle. Dr. Deputy, are you behind this room? Dr. Deputy, it's me. I'm back. I'm still evil. Just come. I just need you right here. Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah. Oh, good job.
Can you roll me a perception?
0. I don't even need to check. Am I right? 0. There we go. All right. That is a 12.
12. You are searching and you see no sign of Dr. Deputy anywhere.
Yep, good job, kids. Yep, just go behind that wall. Dr. Deputy, come on.
And you rejoin the group. You have had as much time as you have all had to prepare. Dell, you return to the group. Tyler, you are there. You receive the glaive.
Great.
This is the very last beat. You can see the enemy army. The torches are beginning to rise over the lip of the tree in the distance. You can see the horde is climbing atop the rootless evergreen. What do you say to each other before this all kicks off?
How can we delay this more? Oh no, it's Crispy Chris. Oh.
All right. So the plan is New Rogue and I will bring them in here. And you two, I guess, will spring out of hiding to help us ambush them. And we're just looking to attack the generals. So I'll try to convince them to come in here and leave the army outside.
Okay, we need an attack sign. So when they're in there, what do you say so we know to spring our trap?
Now, just
no,
now.
That needs to be more specific than that. I feel like I would say now almost every other word now.
The mist swirls up around you, New Rogue, and gives you a pop culture reference for the perfect phrase to yell that you will all recognize as the sign to attack.
Fuck. It's just because it's the songs. I was just on a song roll, so all I think is Hollerback Girl by Gwen Stefani. So it's Hollerback Girl. Because we ain't no Hollerback Girl!
Okay. All right, when you sing that...
I don't normally say that in my usual conversation, so I guess that works.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm glad we're all here. Good, everyone made a plan, kind of. Go team, what changed?
Yeah. I have this rope for you guys to hold on to. If I cast a spell, it'll go up into this little kind of extra dimensional hole. It's what I went worm fishing out of. You can hide up there, and then jump down and attack them. Does that work for you? Do you have your own hiding spots?
I mean, I can clean the walls, but I mean, that sounds fun.
Attacks can't go in or come out, so that's the protection of this thing.
Oh. Well, Del, why don't you go up in there, and I can just maybe kind of like Spider-Man cling right by the entrance, and I can kind of just stab him.
Well, why don't you stay in the thing, and then I can stay with Rumpleforeskin, and we can be behind the wall and watch for the...
I cast rope trick, and the rope goes up 60 feet, and I say, figure it out, and I start walking.
Oh, all right, let's bring this rope into the tree.
That rope's not going anywhere. It's going straight up.
To make sure I'm picturing this, Shadow Nemesis, there's a rope that leads 50 feet up into the air into like an invisible igloo of airspace with a magical interior. If you pull on the rope, it moves sideways, but it doesn't move the hole. Are you going up, or are you climbing the tree, or what are you doing?
So, okay. So, all right. We're still outside the tree.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I thought we were going in the tree, but all right. I'll go up the tree.
All right.
And
so
I kind of walk up the rope because I have.
Great. You walk up the rope. You are about 20 feet out from the edge of the tree, but inside the top of this lip looking down. New Rogue, you are staying as a captive. Del, you climb on Rumpleforeskin, and both of you, Rumpleforeskin leaps majestically over the wall, and you can peek through a hole to see what is about to happen. Tyler, you raise the glaive, and the mists swirl up around you, giving you a point of inspiration.
Okay.
Perhaps a point of desperation, as it may be called in this moment, as you watch an innumerable horde of monsters of various kinds climbing up onto the rootless evergreen undetected, knowing that you have one plan, and it is not very good, but if it doesn't work, you will all die. And that's the end of this first episode.
Yay!
Yay! See?
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Dan the Welshman, Afflicto Gaming, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.